What's good, guys? It's your boy, Marcus D. Neal. Yeah, and you are tapped and tuned into another show, Relationship Reality, the real world, the real world. And I'm out here getting ready to meet up with my sister. So that should be interesting. Getting ready to meet up with my sister. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit as we start this whole show. Just want to talk to you guys a little bit because I'm throwing my hat in the whole relationship ring. I think I have something to offer. I'm an author of a book entitled How to Make the Ships Work, Friendships and Relationship Tools for a Successful Journey. So I've been blessed to appear on TV because of that book. So I think I have a little bit to offer. So I'm going to throw my hat in the ring of relationships. And I have three sisters. I love my sisters. Anybody that know me, I love my sisters. I have three sisters. I have a daughter. I have a niece. I have a granddaughter. Have four sons. So I said all that to say that this relationship thing has gotten really, really scary. Really, really scary. And so I want to take my chances to jump in here, throw my hat in the ring, and we're going to talk some relationship. So the thing is, one of the things I've come to notice is that the question that I have today is, are we looking for excitement, or are we looking for examples? And that becomes the question. Are we looking for excitement, or are we looking for examples? Because one of the things that I'm starting to see is that a lot of y'all are sitting there and y'all are y'all are all about, okay, so I'm in the car now with my sister. Of course, she don't never want to take pictures, so I know she don't want to be seen. Huh? What did you say?
I'm irritated.
What did you say?
I'm irritated.
And it's a good thing we having this whole conversation about relationship, because I just got in the car with her, just seeing her for the first time today, and the first thing out of her mouth is, I'm irritated. I'm irritated. I'm irritated. I ain't seen you all day. We ain't talked, none of that. So whatever you irritated about, it can't be me. And if it is, you ain't told me. And isn't that something about relationship reality of a whole thing of a woman that'll be irritated? And now, you hear that? You hear that? It's like a woman that'll be irritated, and they said nothing to you. Why? I'm irritated. I'm irritated. I'm irritated. What are you irritated about? I see you and I talk to you.
Then you gonna make me wait.
Ain't that? I'm irritated. No hi. No, what you doing? How was your day? Where is the daggone thing for this seat?
What you trying to do?
I'm trying to move it up. Yes, I'm too.
The back or the front?
No, the front. I feel too far back.
What's up front?
And here she go. No hi, no nothing. First thing out of her mouth is, I'm irritated. Uh-oh. What'd I do, y'all? What'd I do? I done did something. I tapped my screen. Something just happened. Y'all see how my face just switched up? Y'all see how my face switched up? That's another thing about a woman. You talking relationship reality. The first, outside of the fact that I'm irritated. The next thing she say is, who you talking to? You just got finished saying to me, I'm irritated. Where's the daggone light in here? I'm irritated. And the next thing out of your mouth is, where's the light in here? So, I don't know what. Okay, there we go. What I done did. Okay, that's a little better. So I'm still talking to you guys. So here's the thing. The thing is, so put in Walmart near me. So here's the thing. So do we want examples, or do we want excitement? That becomes the question. Do we want examples, or do we want excitement? I mean, one of the things I'm starting to see with this whole thing about relationship is all about the excitement. And I'm not saying a relationship shouldn't be excited. I'm not saying that a relationship shouldn't be fun and it shouldn't have, its moments or whatever we want to call it. But what's going to give it longevity to last is...
I want some DC.
No, that's not it. It's the examples of who are you connected to? Who are you around? What company are you keeping? Who are you connected to? What is your connections and what's your company? I like that. What is your connection and what's your company? Because that's going to play a very big part of how your relationship lasts and how your relationship goes through its ups and downs, its roller coasters. Because every relationship is going to have those moments where it's ups and downs and it's roller coasters. And the question becomes, who are you connected to, and what company are you keeping? I think it's very important for every woman, whether you be married or whether you be single. I think your connections and your company is so important. I think for every guy, no matter if you're married or if you're single, I think your company and your connections are very important of how your relationship really makes it, really lasts. And so in saying that, that becomes the question of who. What are you saying? What is this? What does it say?
Law.
Well, we can try that, man. But yet again, there's another thing about a woman. I hope y'all getting this. This is only my first show, and I hope there's another thing about a woman. First, I get in the car, and it's hot in here. My God, help me. I get in the car, and I'm irritated. I'm irritated. Then after that, it is, who are you talking to? And she didn't ask how happens about that. Next thing you want to know who I'm talking to. And then the next thing was, is this where we supposed to be going? Nothing that had to do with me, how your day, what's going, none of that. Everything was just all off. So anyway, so the question becomes, do we want where's my song? The question becomes, do we want examples or do we want excitement? I've been watching a lot of this stuff pertaining to relationships, and I've been sitting back just in my own little world, just been quiet, ain't been bothering nobody, just been doing my thing, and I just been sitting back watching a lot of things. And a lot of things I've noticed is that we kind of in relationships, we're kind of chasing the excitement of stuff. You know, that's why everything has to be a post. My babe, look at my babe, look at my boo. Everything is a post, because we want the validation of who it is we have and what it is we're doing, and we put it out there. And so we listening and we chasing after things that's exciting to us. But the question is, where is the example? And one of the things about relationship that is so important, it's transparency. It's being open. It's being honest. That's so important. It's about being open and being honest. And one of the things that's in my book, go get it, www.mdn. I'm driving, y'all. Well, I'm not driving. She's driving. There's another thing. I'm not going to say that about a woman and driving. See, I hope y'all getting all this in my first video. This right here is saying a lot. I hope y'all are getting all of this in my first video.
So you saying that's why I'm single?
Huh? She said, she speaks. She speaks.
Go.
She speaks. What did you say? So am I saying what?
Nothing.
No, say it out loud. No, this is good.
That's why you saying I'm single.
So her question is, so is this reason why you saying I'm single? I get in the car. First of all, it's so hot in here. So I get in the car. The first thing is, I'm irritated. Notice how I'm saying it, y'all. I'm irritated. That was the first thing. The second thing was,
Who you on the phone?
who I'm on the phone with. And the next thing was, she's interrupting my conversation of talking to you guys to tell me what she's putting on the phone. Is that right? And then last thing is, she's just driving all over the place, just throwing me all over the car, cause she's I'm irritated. So it's all about being open. It's all about being honest. And one of the things about it, if we're gonna talk relationship talk, that's one of the things we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to be open and honest with each other if we're gonna talk relationship talk. And a lot of times the problems that I have is that we talk relationship talk, but nobody's really being open. Nobody's really being honest. And we got to do that. That has to happen. That's a must. That is a must when it comes to relationship. That's why it's called relationship reality. That's a must. You got to be open and honest. I said in my book, I lost my virginity when I was 12 years old. I lost my virginity when I was 12. By the age of 15, I'm dealing with females that are in their early 20s, mid 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. By the age of 17, I'm dealing with full-fledged grown women that are running businesses. By the age of 17, I'm dealing with females that's in their 40s. And I'm only saying that to say, if we're going to help people in relationships, we have to be honest. We have to be honest, and we have to stop chasing the excitement of a relationship. Because let me please be honest with you, there is going to come a place in your relationship that is not going to be so exciting. It is not going to be so exciting. And that's where the examples, that's where the honesty, that's where the openness, that's where the straightforwardness is going to come into play to help your relationship be sustained, to help your relationship last, to help your relationship be enjoyable and get back to that place of excitement. And so as I just put this out here for this first piece, and I'm glad I had this opportunity with my sister, because she's so funny. But for this first piece, you know, I'm glad I was able to have this moment of coming out and to do this, and then to have this interaction with her, because, you know, that's what it was all, you know, what it's all about. It's all about being honest and open and having that example. What example is your relationship looking at? Let's start there. What example is your relationship looking at? Because if you all about the excitement, ladies, come on, ladies. If you all about the excitement, come on, ladies. You all about the excitement. You wanna showcase your man. Oh, my boo, my babe. You want to showcase your man. And it's all about the excitement. The question becomes, what woman in your life is the example? What woman do you have in your life that is the example that you're absolutely listening to? Because you can have a woman in your life and call her your example that you look at, but you ain't listening to. Okay, see, now I told y'all we're going to talk about a lot on this show. You can have a woman in your life that you call your example that you are looking at, but you're not listening to. And I think that's a problem that a lot of us are having, is that we call ourselves having an example. Oh, my father is my example, or my mother is my example. My mother is a strong woman, and she's my example. And my mother just, yeah, but you looking at your mother. But the question is, are you listening to your mother? You looking at your father. But the question is, are you listening to your father? You looking at your pastor. But the question is, are you listening to your pastor? And so we can have the examples all we want that we look at. The importance of the examples are the ones that you listen to. And so even the guys, you gotta have a man in your life, a real solid role model in your life that's going to really, really keep it straight, really, really keep it 100 with you. You know, I remember one time, and we're gonna talk about a lot. I remember one time in a relationship I was dealing with. I'm like a teenager. I was still in high school. So I'm still in high school. I'm a young teenager. I'm still in high school. And I'm messing with this lady who, and that's another thing about people that's doing their whole relationship thing. They ain't never telling you how they got to where they are. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. They got a whole lot to tell you, but they ain't telling you how they got to where they are and the stuff that they've been involved in. And I got an issue with that. So I'm messing with this lady, and I'm just a full-fledged woman, got a business going on, whole family, full-fledged woman, and she's driving a Mercedes. I'm a young high school kid. I don't know if I was in 12th grade yet. I think I might have been in 11th. And this particular night, I tell my dad I was going to go out, go bowling, because I was into bowling. And I go bowling. And when I get to where I'm going, I'm driving her car. And while I'm driving the car, I remembered I left something at home. And I'm thinking I could run in the house real quick, grab what I need, and my father never knew I was in and out. And so sure enough, I pulled up, didn't pull the car all the way in front of the yard. I pulled up a little bit, jumped out the car, ran into the house, and grabbed what I needed, ran back out, jumped in the car, and went on my way. I get home that night, and as I'm getting ready to walk into the room, my father calls me, and he says, Marcus, come here. I come in the room, and he says, never met the lady, never met her, never saw her, never talked to her, nothing. He said to me, I don't know who car that is you driving now. I didn't even know how he saw the car was driving, because I didn't even pull the car all the way up to the house. He said, I don't know who car that is you driving, but it's exactly what he says to me. He said, but you better leave that married woman alone before her husband kill you. He had never seen her. I mean, he never, because she wasn't in the car with me. I was driving by myself. He never saw her, never talked to her. I mean, there was no interaction. But he literally came out his mouth and said to me, you better leave that married woman alone. He said, I don't know who car that is you driving, but you better leave that married woman alone before you get killed, before her husband kill you. And I was like, man. And guess what? At the end of the day, I left that alone. We broke that off because my example, not only was I looking at it, but I was listening to it. And I'm only doing this first little piece to help y'all that stop chasing the excitement of stuff. Stop chasing the excitement of stuff. Because guess what? The excitement is going to come. That's going to happen. But what happens when it's not exciting? The question now becomes, who are you looking at and who are you listening to? You can't be going to your job like my sister. I'm irritated. I'm irritated. I will put the camera on her, but she don't never want to take pictures. Don't never want to be saying, I'm irritated. I'm irritated. We're going to talk about a whole lot. So do we want the example or do we want the excitement? Which one is it? Do we want the example or do we want the excitement? Because when you get the example will sit down and talk to you and tell you what they've gone through, what they've been through, how they have been in situations that could have cost them their life, or how they have been in situations that could have been, could have gone differently for them. And they talk to you to help you not to duplicate what they've done. But when you chase the excitement, all they want to draw you in for their personal gain and their personal benefit, because it's exciting. As long as they keep you excited, they know they keep you coming. And I don't want you to come because this show is going to be exciting. And it will be exciting like today. I'm irritated. Y'all bet y'all didn't know y'all was going to walk into that. Neither did I.
Neither did I.
Look, neither did I. But, we're going to have our moments. But at the end of the day, I want this show to be an example. I want this show to be something people can look at and be like, wow, not only is this dude open, not only is this dude transparent, but he's talking real to us. He's talking real talk. He's giving us real life, and that's going to help make our relationships better. Y'all feel me? I don't know where we going. Well, I know we going to the Walmart, but I don't know where. That's another thing of a woman. They'll get you in the car and you don't know where you be going. I don't know what's going on right now. So what's your piece on relationship?
I'm single.
I asked her, what is her piece on relationship? And she says, I'm single. Okay, outside of you being single, we know that. You waiting on who? You're waiting on the Lord. Okay, that was churchy. And while you're waiting on the Lord, what does that mean?
Get myself together.
So she's waiting on the Lord, and she's getting herself together. Okay. So on that piece, what's your take as a single person? What's your take on relationships right now as a single person?
There's a lot.
A lot. Like what is the what is the one of the most, because this is like my first letter, because I told y'all one of the segment on the show we're gonna have it's gonna be called reality read, and that way you'll be able to email me and send me your letter, and we'll discuss that letter. And of course you can stay anonymous and we'll discuss that letter. So you can actually send me an email right now watching this video. You can send me an email right now at relationship reality TWR, relationship reality, the real world, but it's TWR, relationship reality, TWR at gmail.com. Send me a letter, send me some concerns, some questions you may have about relationship, and we're going to chop it up and talk about it. So here's my first one. It's not an actual letter because I'm sitting here with her. So my question is, what's the most concern you have right now? If you had to pick one concern that you have right now about relationships, what would it be?
Getting into one and not trusting that person and don't know where it's going to end.
Wow. Okay, so she says
I'm going to be alive or he going to kill me.
So she says her main, I don't know where she meeting these people at, but she says her main concern. What is it? But she said her main concern about relationship is getting to a relationship and hoping that she be alive and not dead. Well, it's October. Who are you dealing with? Chucky, Jason, Michael Myers? If you're concerned off the break as if he gonna kill you, who are you dealing with? Where you meet these people at? So you basically, you're saying your concern is are you really dealing with who they're trying to say they are?
Right. And if they are serious about me, because once I'm in, I'm in.
Now, how quick does it take you? Now, see, that's
It doesn't take.
that's quick. That's
no.
good. No. I'm saying what you're saying is good, because she said once I'm in, I'm in, and that's and I'm just gonna be honest. That's a lot of y'all female. Not saying this right now, but that's a lot of y'all females' problem. That once I'm in, I'm in, and some of y'all females, the problem is you get in too quick. Now, for some of y'all, it do. No, I'm not saying that that's what you're saying. I'm just saying that's a good point that you're pulling out, because some of y'all, it do take time for you to get in. But for some of y'all, you get in quick. And once you get in quick, then that's where we start to come a little danger, because she said, once I'm in, I'm in. That means once I'm in, I'm willing to do what I need to do, or be what I need, or whatever, to make sure this relationship is successful, correct?
Right. So
Right.
It takes me a long time to trust someone.
How long?
A long time. I can't.
A year? 2 years?
I can't give you a date. It all depends on that person.
All depends on that person. All depends on that person for you to really trust.
Upfront, and I know he's honestly upfront with me on everything, then it might be a year. But if I'm constantly knowing that you're lying to me, then I'm.
But that's the thing. You said to know that he's honestly upfront with you about everything. The question becomes, and I said that earlier in this, but the question becomes, is he going to be really honest and upfront with you about everything?
Why not?
Because I think a lot of times, and this is just me, like I said, I'm just shooting it out there. I think a lot of times, especially nowadays, I think one of the dangerous things is when you get into a lot of these relationships, starting off, I think a lot of times people tell you what they want you to know. They tell you what they want you to know. And the question becomes, how long will it take before either one, they begin to open up and tell you who they really are, or you start to open up and see who they really are. So one of your concerns is that if I'm talking to this guy, if I'm dealing with this guy, am I really, is he really being open and honest with me? Am I correct?
Right.
Okay. So how do you handle that?
I guess I don't know, Pastor. I guess I just gotta wait to see if he lied or not.
So your fear is you're dealing with somebody who might not be who they say they are.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying this is everybody, so y'all don't jump out your skin. 9 times out of 10, that's how it starts. I'm gonna do a show this month, because this is October, so this is Halloween month. I'm gonna do a show this month called "Please Take Off the Mask," and let me see the real you, because I think a lot of times that's kind of, and I'm not saying it's everybody. So like I said, don't y'all jump out your skin. I'm not saying this is everybody, but I think a lot of times it starts out that way. And like I said, I'm not saying it's everybody, so don't y'all start blowing up my email, hitting me up and talk. I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm just saying I think a lot of times it starts off that way. And because
the crazy thing about it is, in my situation, is always the church boy.
Okay, well that's gonna be another show. She said in her situation is always the church boys. So that's gonna be another show that we're gonna have to talk about. Wow.
It's never the ones in the world. They always up front, but I almost said something.
She said it's never the ones. See, this is good stuff, y'all. Y'all getting the good stuff on the first show. She said it's never the ones in the world that she's dealt with. It's always the ones in the church that got the front. Wow. See, y'all getting a good show on the first one I'm putting out. Y'all getting a good show. She said it's never the ones. There's never the ones in the world that she's dealt with. It's always been the ones in the church that have always tried to give her the representative. Wow. That's going to be a good talk. That's going to be a good talk. A good topic and a good talk. That's going to be a good one. So, and we need to be. I'm going to sign off. Like I said, I just wanted to jump on and just throw this out to you guys. The excitement versus the example. And if you have an example, is it somebody you looking at? Or, are you listening to them, or are you just looking at them? Are you looking at them and saying, oh, that's my example, but are you really listening to them? So let me ask you this. So at the end of the day, you said you waiting on God, and while you waiting on God, you're getting yourself together. Are you kind of like on the defense right now? Like, have you built a wall?
I have.
You have. Wow.
Yep.
And that's normal. That's typical to happen. That's typical to happen. And so, if a guy came into your life right now, this very minute, what would be the challenges he would face when it comes to you?
Me opening up.
So he would have that challenge of you really. And when you say opening up, you mean opening up on the levels of you just letting them know who you are, what kind of person you're, when you or trusting him with, I guess, just things pertaining you. Or when you say opening up, what does that mean?
I'm about to park. Go ahead. Opening up to
That's just like another sign of a woman. You be in full-fledged conversation with her, and she would start talking to somebody else and about something that has nothing to do. Man, y'all getting the good stuff on the first show. That's another, just like a woman. You been full. I'm like right now. I'm like in Steve Harvey mode. I'm like, if you coming to a guy, like, what is it going to be? What is he going to have to deal with? I'm like in Steve Harvey mode. And she literally yells out the window and start talking to somebody else. Like I wasn't even talking to her, y'all. Wow. So what was you saying? When you say open up,
like opening up, trusting him, trusting what he's saying to me is the truth. That's the hard part. And believing what he saying to me, I can honestly believe and trust it. Because that's hard, because the ones I dealt with, their word was crap.
They who?
Word.
So the guys you dealt with, their word was crap.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying if you started to deal with a gentleman today, your biggest struggle would be believing what he's telling you.
Mm-hmm. Now, what kind of game he's gonna really try to run on me?
Because you would feel like he is something about him
that I can't trust.
That ain't fully being told. And that's because of all of the other experiences you've had.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff, guys. Like I said, not that I just wanted to get a feel and didn't know it was gonna go this way, but hey, you guys got a good one on day one. This is the this is the first one I'm doing, and you guys got a good one on day one. So hey, we're gonna talk about it. I was just led to hit you guys up with this one on my first one, to sit there and say, are we looking at excitement? Are we looking at excitement, or are we looking for an example? Are we looking for an example? What, and if you say, because I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh no, I got an example. Well, are you just looking at that example, or are you listening to it? Are you listening to it? Because at the end of the day, whatever you listen to is what's gonna lead you. I'm gonna close with that one. Whatever you listen to is what's going to lead you. And I'm gonna close with something biblical. The woman that had the issue of blood, she went from doctor to doctor to physician to physician. And after going from doctor to doctor to physician, the Bible says after she spent everything she had, she did not get any better, but she grew worse. Well, not only because of what she felt in her body and her condition, I'm sure the physician was telling her there was nothing about her condition that was getting any worse. So because of what she was listening to, it led her to go home and say, I'm going to die. Until she heard that Jesus was passing by. And she said what? She was listening. She said, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. So y'all better take this with y'all as we jump off this first one of relationship reality. This is going to get good. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff on this show. And she said, if I can touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. I believe that your relationship can be made whole if you start listening to the right people. And if you start listening to the right people, it'll lead you down the path of a great, wholesome, whole relationship. It's the real world, y'all. It's scary out here. I'm irritated. It's scary out here. I'm irritated. It's scary out here. And so, at the end of the day, I'm going to do my part. I done threw my hat. in the ring of relationship, and I'm gonna do my part to help you guys. So listen, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, go right now and subscribe to this YouTube channel and stay connected with your boy Marcus D. Neal. And as we take this journey together about relationship, hit me up, email me at relationship reality the real world, TWR, the real world. Don't spell it out, but just the initials, TWR, relationship reality, TWR. Hit me up, email me, send me your questions, send me your concern, send me your situation. Because I said that's what we're gonna talk about on the show. We're gonna talk about situations, we're gonna talk about solutions, and we're gonna talk about sex. So send me your situation you're going through, and when I come back and do a show, I'll read it. You can stay anonymous. Put that in your letter that you want to stay anonymous, that you don't want me to address your name, that you want to stay anonymous. I'll address your situation on my show, and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna do the best I can to help you guys. It's scary out here, but I believe we can be successful. It's scary out here, but I do believe your relationship can be successful. I'm signing off. It's your boy, Marcus D. Neal. It is Relationship Reality, the real world. And we are taking this journey together. I'm so excited. I had this time with my sister. I love her. She's a comedian, y'all. Be looking out for her. I think she might be doing her first stand-up real soon. She is a straight comedian, and I love her. Had a good time sharing with her. So we got to go. I'm getting ready to jump out, and I don't know. I may come back a little later and do something else, but I enjoyed this time with you guys. I'm signing off. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.